What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. What up, Gina?
Hey.
Ooh, damn. Damn.
You know, this cold it take a toll on you. Your lips, your hands, your skin. Oh my gosh. Why am I still here in the Midwest? I don't even like cold.
You sounded like, you remember this song? It was a song a long time ago. I think it was by the Temptations called The Love Machine. I'm just a love machine. And I know where. And then that one part where they said,
I'm sounding like a machine.
Man, I'm like, ah, damn. Is that my brother?
Please tell me you sent Rachel the link.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure, because you know sometimes you'd be like, I forgot to send the link.
Man, I see, now you're making me second guess myself. So now I'm checking. I believe.
Yeah, double check. Because she's not known for being late.
Well, she may have had something else to do. Let me check real quick. Let's see. Let's go back out of here. By the way, I hope everybody's having a great day, man. It's always a great day here at Dope Living TV.
Yeah.
Mo's late. Chris wasn't gonna be here. Happy birthday to Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris. We still a day early, but happy birthday.
I know, but still. Rachel Gary reacted to my link. So yes, I sent it to her.
Okay.
Now the question would be, did I send the right link?
Did you send the right link?
Yeah, I sent it.
There she is. Right there. You sent the right link.
I sent the
All right.
link.
I was going, I have to check you.
Yeah, check me. You know, it's been busy, man. I have been communicating with quite a few. I wanted to do, we always talk about doing a relationship roundtable outside, outside of, and we did it one time and it was very successful. But I want to do it again with these colleges. Instead of just going there and doing the Greg Gray speech, I want to do the relationship roundtable and have it interactive. So then I was talking to some colleges. Started off with Purdue, and seems pretty receptive to it. All right, especially if I can make it a series of conversations across the. I say start with the Midwest first, and then take it on out, because right now, again, the opportunities out there, because the other group of people that we're doing, they having fights on the inside and outside, and they don't look like they're gonna last too much longer. But here's what it is. That's why we're here. We got brooms and dustpans. We pick up the slack. Don't worry about it. All right? But anyway,
we the clean up woman.
Oh, yeah. We clean up. We can't
be the clean up people now.
Tonight, man, we've had her on before, okay, but I won't waste too much time talking. But this entrepreneur, she has elevated from the last time that we talked, elevated her platform. She loves to help people to understand that you're not just here to be here. Everyone has a purpose, all right? And the purpose starts when you know who you are, become the CEO of your life, all right? But now, she's an author, she's an entrepreneur, she's a life coach, an inspirational coach, and radio personality. I just said radio personality. Investor. Real estate investor. She does a number of things.
Yeah, she wear a lot of hats.
Wear a lot of hats, okay? But tonight she doesn't have one on. So let's everybody, let's say hello again to my friend, my sister, Rachel Gary. What's up, Rachel?
Hey there! Hello, inductees!
Hey there!
How are we today?
Awesome.
We great. She's set up back there too, man. Look at that. Got the books.
Yes, she is. Look at
it. I had to buy. I was just running through the house to make sure I got the books out.
Oh, good. Let's go. We're going to talk about the books. We're going to talk about everything. But, you know, Rachel, first of all, thank you for giving us time again, hanging out with us, you know, making sure that everybody's right.
It's always a pleasure because this is not just a podcast. This is not just a show. These are friends. So at the end of the day, you have to have your circle of people around you who support you, give positive energy to you, and these two people do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I call Gina in the middle of her doing hundreds of things.
All the time. She'll be like, "You busy? I know you busy." That's how she always open up.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I think the way that, you know, as you said, you surround your people doing positive things. But everybody that we surround ourselves with, and I can speak for myself. I can't speak for you guys. Well, yeah, I can speak for you guys too. We're intentional with what we're doing. All right, we're deliberate in every action that we take, because we want to make sure that not only is our base firm, because we can't do anything for anyone else if our base isn't firm. So
absolutely,
we got to make sure that we teach. And you know, yesterday we talked. I think somewhere in the conversation, we said something about we not giving back as far as money goes. We're not giving money, okay? But you know, information is valuable. Information is just as valuable as money, all right? But we got
information is more valuable than money because information, I'm gonna quote something that Gina said yesterday as well. You got to teach people how to fish. Yeah. If we give the fish, then they have no reason to learn how to go get their own fish.
That's right.
So
that's right. But Rachel, it wasn't an easy task. It wasn't an easy task for you to get your own fish. You know what I'm saying? you may have been given the fish, but you know, tell us the story, okay? Because you came from literally nothing to where you're at now. Give us a background.
Okay, so if this is you guys' first time seeing me on DopelivenTV, hey, it's always an experience and a pleasure to come talk to the inductees. First, we must give a homage to people who came before us and gave us the opportunities that we see. And that's just the same, say for myself. As Greg said, there was a very tumultuous childhood that I talk a lot about in Forged in Fire. And from all of those things that took place, the biggest takeaway was my mindset. The mindset that was needed to get through it and to believe in that there was something more for me. Mm-hmm. And that's where it all began. Me understanding that there's possibilities. I'm a firm believer that impossible is not a word. It's my creed that I'm possible. So I started all of this off knowing and believing that the impossible didn't exist, that I was possible. And if I'm possible, that means anything can happen. So that's how it all began. Me changing the frame of mind from my circumstances to exactly what I was going to do differently to change my life. So that's how it all really began. And coming from nothing, I mean, you guys have heard Greg's story about being homeless. I have been in a very, very similar situation several times in my lifetime. And from when I was a child to where, as an adult, when I was sleeping on my sister-in-law's couch. That's a story that changed everything for me, because one January in 2004, I was sitting on a cold porch. And if you're not from the Midwest and you don't know about Chi-Town weather, right now we're in February at a negative 10 degrees. So in January it's usually colder. And I was sitting on the front porch with gloves, a coat, and a scarf. At this point in time, Greg and I had just met. That's how long I've known Greg. So we had just met right before this. I was at the job that I was at that point in time. I was working on the assembly line for a company that we both worked for. But I was sleeping on a couch. I had just borrowed $20. That guy right there loaned me $20. And I said, I will give it back to you on payday. I'll say this, help. I was talking about this on my radio show yesterday. Asking for help does not make you weak.
Come on.
To me, it makes you strong. Because when you are in your mind thinking that you can't ask a question, they only can say yes or no. You can't be afraid of the yes or no. You got to be ready. And when you're ready, you got to listen. Listen to yourself. Understand that it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. Because a lot of people go through problems, go through challenges, and just ask for assistance. That challenge could have been. So that's what it's really about today. That asking for help, understanding that my circumstances could change if I made a change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
So
right.
one thing that I like about Rachel's delivery is that it's always exciting. You know, it doesn't drop. You know what I'm saying? It stays up there. It stays up there. And I think that's what draws people to her. Now, I've known Rachel forever, for a long time, okay? And I knew, because we had conversations, you know, a lot of people couldn't understand her exuberance and everything, okay? Rachel would sit with the place that we worked at. She would sit at the lunch table reading, okay? She would read. I was the only one that kind of understood it, because nobody else came up to her. Nobody, you know? I was the only one that understood it. And as I saw her rise up in that company, you know, I left, but I saw her rise up in that company. And it was just something to watch, all right? Her and I have always been, and I would tell that story about the auto store, but I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, well, we can't hear about it.
Nah, that's something me and my sister gonna hold on. We're gonna laugh at that forever. But Rachel,
I'm gonna get it out of y'all. What are y'all gonna tell me?
No,
Off camera.
we'll tell y'all camera. But anyway, as you rose through that, you know, and you did that, I understood that, you know, working for someone was really not what she wanted to do, because she was a leader. Okay, tell us, Rachel, how you became the CEO of your life.
Ooh. Taking a CEO, I want to make sure we all talk about it. CEO is being clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. And it means just that. I took the opportunity to get clear at what I wanted. And a lot of times we have the conversation that we want more money. But what do we want more money for? It's what do we want it for? Because that's what we really want. We know the money is just a tool to get what we really want. So when I was clear at what I wanted, then I empowered myself through the challenges that were coming my way. As Greg was saying about me reading, I've been a voracious reader forever. By the time I was 17, 18, I had read like 5,000 books. Currently, I'm probably at probably over 20 to 30,000. I read at least two books a week. Now with Audible, thank God, I read one and I listen to one a week. So one of my part-time side jobs, I drive. And during my drive, I'm listening. And then I come home and I still read. Because at the end of the day, to me, I want to say this: knowledge is not power.
Come on.
Applied knowledge is power. So when I realized, and that was the ownership piece, when I realized that just getting the knowledge and not doing anything with it was why I was failing. I had read all those books, I had all that information, but I wasn't applying any of those things that I was learning. I was just taking in the information. So when I started owning that I wanted to do more, be more, have more, that's when I realized that to be the CEO in my life was the most important job that I would ever have. Because it would open up the doors for everything else.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. See, that's intentional, Gina. Just in case you didn't know.
I want to take a step back because we know your background, but a lot of people on here may not know your background. So you did work for other companies prior to being your own CEO, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What kind of work did you do? And was it fulfilling?
So the original position that as you heard Greg allude to, I was unloading trucks by hand originally in the world. I moved up from unloading those trucks by hand to working on an assembly line. And I always am helpful. That's the thing that it was something that was always in me. I always had no problem helping. And I always am positive. I stay very positive in my life. So what I was through my career, I moved up within the supply chain and became an operations manager. That's during that time, I had several roles that were like at a regional vice president role where I was over several branches.
Now, hold on, Rachel. Hold on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So during that time, though, Gina, you couldn't, we talk about haters. You could not believe the amount of haters. And all she was doing was her job. All she was doing was learning, being intentional. That's the key word today, being intentional. Haters, people left and right. If she was trying to help, they still talking about it. I hated that so much. And then they started hating on me because I was her friend. Because her and I connected, you know.
Why you friends with her?
You and Curtis.
Why you
Curtis,
friends
that's my other guy.
with her?
Yeah.
You remember Curtis, Greg?
I do remember Curtis, yes.
Yep. So it was, and Greg, and I will say this, they were hating and I still was positive. Exactly. I didn't allow, guys, I want to say this, if you are allowing people external of you to affect you, affect your mood, affect what you're doing, no one outside of me affects me. That's about being a CEO. Because when you are owning your direction, what someone else is saying, doing, thinking about doesn't affect how you're moving. So they were all talking. Yep. They were talking, having conversations in corners at HR. They were at the union. All of them had something to say, but at the end of the day, when they were having those one-on-ones, they could not find anything that I had done to them.
That's crazy.
They were trying. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, they had gotten together and got a group of them to go to HR. But when HR asked the questions, now the only good thing was that HR asked questions because it could have cost me my job at the time. Because there was enough of them together, but there was no reason. They had no reason. There was and at the end of all that, all of those guys who were all together end up where we were all okay, and they end up doing the work, and we were working together. And that's how I got promoted again, because of the fact that through all that controversy, I still stayed positive, still helped, worked with them. One of my biggest, I'm not going to say haters, one of the biggest person who had a challenge with me ended up being the lead that worked under me. And we end up working together for a good period of time. So at the end of the day,
I remember dude.
Augustine. I still talk to him to this day.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Augustine. because he fixes cars, and I know people who always need mechanics, so I always send them to
Wow.
him. So I mean, to me, at the end of the day, there is no closed door. Even when the door actually closes, you learn something from the other side of the door. So I learned so much during that time. I learned to keep my cool, find patience that I didn't know I had, and work with individuals on a different level. And that's, to me, that's about when I'm owning what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. It allows you to not be affected by those things, and you grow from those things. All of it is a lesson. All of it is a lesson.
So I mean, as you push through, though, because again, some people don't have the fortitude to go past these haters. People hate. People be like, well, you know what? Forget this, and they take it a different route. It's like they want to fight them, they want to shoot them, they want to kill them. You stay positive and just said, okay, like you just said, nothing that's outside of you can hurt you. All right, hurt your progress. But so as you did that, you finally got an opportunity to leave the corporate world and strike out on your own. How was that for you?
I would say that was probably the biggest challenge. And the challenge wasn't more so with the companies. It was more so that at that point in time, it was like, what do we do? So how do I, because we'll say this, as you get promoted, you make more money. And I want to just toss this out there. Don't live at your means, guys. Don't live at your means.
Say it one more time. Please say it one more time.
Because when you live at your means, you can't make moves. Now, the easiest thing was that I was able to make a move. The second thing was my spouse is very, very, very supportive.
That is
so
if you don't have that support, it was very important because think about if you're at home and you're arguing constantly about a decision or things that you're doing, it makes it very difficult for you to proceed because you're second guessing what's going on. But also that goes into, I am not looking, even though I love my wife knows I love her dearly. I'm not looking for the external validation. I have that internal validation.
Let's go. Come on. I like that. Yes.
And we've been together 16 years. So I'm not looking for her to validate whether it's okay to do something. I want to make sure that I give her the ability to understand that why I'm doing something and let her know that it's going to be okay. That's when, as I said, I own the decision. And the decision was made because it was time to take all of the information I had learned from the corporate world. And with that, all that information that I learned and give it back to individuals who have not had the ability to make those moves yet, but are ready to make those moves. So this is how, from the conversation you guys were having yesterday, this is how you pull up the next person. You learn, you put I was the one who created the processes for most companies. I created the documentation. I worked with HR to make sure that they had what they needed. I partnered with them to give them the tools to do for interviews, resume writing, how to actually create SOPs. Those things are things that business owners are challenged with. Why do most businesses fail? Because they don't have all of the tools that are needed to be the CEO. They're wearing 20 hats at one company, and that doesn't allow the company to be successful.
Yep, she's right. Absolutely.
9 of those hats gonna get burned out.
But I'm a firm believer, and I've said this before. At some point in your life, you got to have these jobs in order to sustain yourself and to get to a point where, like you just said, that you're ready to go. But at a certain point, you got to stop building that staircase in these people's houses and build an elevator in your own.
Absolutely. But you have to take the steps. As you just said, the staircase. And I would say this is going to be a statement. A lot of people that never had a job, that are entrepreneurs, don't have an understanding how to have structure. Nothing personal to entrepreneurs that never had a job. It's just making the statement from if you've never had the structure of a job and you're starting from scratch and you're trying to learn everything. I don't have that. I don't have that issue. I was the person who created documentation. I created the processes. When I decided to step out on my own business, I created the processes. Currently, when I took on the role as a radio personality, it started last week, where I'm on the radio on Wednesdays. I came in the door with paperwork in my hand as a process of how I wanted to deliver a message. Because when you already have that, when you have that information from corporate America, like I use a company, and people, a lot of people say I hate working for this company. McDonald's has a superb operations, structured operation procedures. Their SOPs are stellar. Now, I'm not saying that this is the best place to work. What I'm saying is that their SOPs are stellar. Doesn't matter which McDonald's you go to, everything is the same. That means that what they do is replicable. When you're starting a business, you have to be able to replicate the things that you're doing time and time again at excellence. I want to say that again, at excellence. Doing it is one thing, but doing it excellently is different. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I used to work for Burger King as a kid. I worked at Burger King. Burger King did not have the same processes as
Pizza Hut.
The pizza, see? And when you start in those companies, you learn some things, regardless of that. You might not like the job. If you take from the job, I tell everyone in my course, your job is your investor. They are investing in the future you.
That's correct. Take
the information. You don't have to like the job. You don't have to like the things that are going on. But you're utilizing the job to pay your bills. So they're your investor. They're invested in the rest of your life. Treat it as such. Go there, get the information, get the tools, be a success at the job, and take that successful information into your next life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend right now who started. She's an HR. She's an HR rep. So she started. She's right now starting her own. She's doing consultants as a HR rep for companies. So she was an HR rep all those years. Mm-hmm. So now she has a skill set that companies need. As we were having a conversation yesterday, and I was chiming in about helping Black businesses and Black people helping each other. If all these little skills, I'm an operations person. So when I set up those documentations and get that information over to a business owner, now you have a COO. For people who don't know what a COO is, as a chief operations officer. So every company has different departments. CEO is the head. Then you have the CIO, that's a chief information officer. That's the person who deals with the IT, the tech, who does all those things. Then you have the COM, that's a chief operation, the marketing the department. So CMO, so that's a chief marketing officer. So these people all have roles that make a company work. And when you're the one who's trying to be the marketer, the IT person, you're setting up all your systems, that's when things fail. Yeah. But if you know a person who was working at a company and they were an IT person, you can call them, hey, can you take care of that? Those are the things that we can pull from each other and build a mansion. As we were talking about yesterday, how to pull up the community. Each of us take the small tools that we learned from our investors to move forward in building a mansion.
Yeah. I know. I was as you were talking, I was thinking when you said when you became a radio personality and you walked into there with your papers and this and that. I remember when I did radio in Michigan, and they hired me because I had done the music video show, right? And so I'm coming in there, you know, they writing a nice little check and everything. So I'd never done radio before, except for, you know, internet radio with my son and everything like that. I went in there and I just did me, but I wasn't really creating any type of a message. You know what I mean? I was just in there doing that, and 4 hours later, I'm gone. Come back the next day, 4 more hours. You know, there was no direction. Okay, and I wish I had been prepared. I had an agenda like you have when you do your show. Wish I had an agenda. I didn't have an agenda. I just came on there and was, you know, some buffoonery. I was just doing some stuff. You know?
You say buffoonery.
I mean, everyone has their own method, though, Greg. So everyone has their own thing.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, they signed the check. I took it. I mean, it is what it is. All right. But it's not always, especially when you're creating this trail. And you mentioned McDonald's. Shout out to Akeisha Moore. This is a lady who I've known. She's from Gary. She worked her way. She's, I don't know, I think president of McDonald's by now. Okay, but she worked her way up, you know, through the channels at that company, and she's doing so much, and she gives back. You know, she's an amazing individual. She gives back. All right, teaching people the structure of the company, just like you do, and I think she's recognized the CEO of who she is. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, and that's the piece. That's the part we want to give back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, I mean, I'm not saying that we can't donate money, but to me, when you donate a skill that allows you, don't do Gina like that.
I'm not thinking about him.
Rick always got something. He's got to do something. But when you give somebody the skills, like when I was talking about SOPs, part of our course, I give leaders a template to create an SOP.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, most entrepreneurs are looking to start a business so they can have freedom. How do you get freedom if you're spending all your time in your business?
She pointed at me right now. Okay, but go ahead.
Hey, I was gonna say something about them, but we were trying to have a good show. But at the end of the day, you can't pour. You have to find out what you do really well. I do something really well. I can explain, I can show, I can instruct and allow people to remember who they need to be to grow in their lives. I do that well. As far as marketing, if you ask me to market some of this stuff, I don't know how. If you ask me what I didn't even have money to pay anybody, but I got the side hustle to pay marketing for somebody to do the marketing because that's the piece I didn't know. Why spend a year or two understanding marketing as opposed to getting help? That goes back to my very first statement. Not being afraid to say, hey, I don't know nothing about marketing. All I know is that I have a message that I want to get out there. But I had to explain the message to the person that was marketing. So it was me being clear. I had to give him clarity on what kind of message I want to get out there. Empowering him to do the work that needs to be done and only hit the outcomes. And that goes to that's what it was about. I don't have understanding about marketing. I have a better understanding now than I did last year.
Right.
I found out what I like and what I don't like, what's good and what's not good, what resonates with people, and how to give the best part of me in that market.
Yeah, I know that about you as well, because she's asked me a lot of questions. And my thing is this, I can only talk about, and I say this all the time, Gina says it, Chris says it, Mo says it, we can only talk about what we know. I can't tell Rachel how to be the CEO of her life, because I don't know how to be the CEO of my life completely yet. You know what I mean? I can't tell Gina how to write a book because I sure in the hell don't know how to write a book. All right. You know, but I can't tell you about what I've done and how it worked for me. You know, and I think we build from the negatives that happened to, I don't even call them negative, the things that have happened to us that didn't
those growing pains.
Yeah, there you go.
Those were lessons.
There were lessons. All right. And you build from that. You just, because for me, I always said, okay, this happened. I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going to do everything in my power not to let that happen again. And so far, it hasn't. You know,
Absolutely.
I've gone through everything. I think I've gone through a lot. Well, I guess the young man that came on showed us that we haven't gone through that much, because he at 9 years old has gone through so much, man. But let's get to let's move forward now. Gina took it back. Let's move forward now. Okay, she's got these books. You know, not one book, but a couple of books. Tell us about your books, because I want to get it all in today. Last time we didn't get a chance.
I was in this. At the end of the day, my collection is called Epic, and the Epic collection is to elevate potential. Oh, there it is with the book.
She even got the bookmark in there, so you know she's reading.
I love that bookmark.
Uh-oh.
That's the journal, and that's the I'm possible. That's the I'm possible. It all started for that journal. So I would say that journal is Master the Habits to Achieve Your Goals. And even though I know Greg does not believe in goals, it was about putting something together that allows you to stay focused on your plan. Because in the journal itself, it doesn't really take you through, it gives you a framework, but it's really about you having that consistency and a commitment to your success. That's what it's really all about. Intentions, goals, plans, whatever you call them, you have to be intentional about the way you're moving, be consistent with the way you're moving, and show up for yourself on an everyday basis.
Right.
That's what Mastering the Habits to Achieve Your Goals is all about. Just gives you a framework and give you somewhere to write those notes. Because when you look back on something a month from now, 2 months from now, and you're like, I made it from here to there, you didn't see it because the change wasn't monumental in your life. But those small things that you're doing, they make big impacts.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, when I talked to you guys last year, I wasn't as clear as I am right now.
Right.
I feel that I have more clarity. I feel that there's less stuttering. I stutter by nature, past tense wise. At this point, I'm thinking more. I have an opportunity to correctly pronunciate my words because I practiced and moved from, okay, what was I doing? Analyzing how I did it, practicing. That's what the journal really is about. You're practicing on how to get from one place to another and giving yourself instructions on how to get there. That's Mastering the Habits to Achieve Your Goals. And it's a journal. And from there, I wrote Forged in Fire. So Forged in Fire, From Ashes to Empowerment. That book is, to me, it's probably, I don't want to say it's the best book. It gives the best part of difficult situations.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to understand that we go through trials. You go through things that could devastate you. However, when you're on the other side, you have survived. Once you are surviving, get in the mindset to now thrive. And that's what Forged in Fire is about. The surviving pain, surviving pressures, surviving life. Because we all have a survival story. But what do we do after that? And how do we move forward to thrive? Which takes us to poverty, #poverty to 6 figures, which is the book that comes out June 17th. However, if you are in the Chicagoland area,
get it now.
We are partying for the book launch. So for the book launch, there's an event. On that event, you get a signed copy of the book. There will be spoken word artists there. This is about us celebrating the transformation from the foundation of striving to now thriving, with the ascension of how to start moving towards freedom in your financial life. That's what #poverty to 6 figures is about.
When is that event?
It's June 15th.
Gina, we got to go.
Yep.
At 2 p.m.
Yeah, I already told her I would be there.
Yep.
I already told her. I told her already. I told her to send me the link for the ticket, but she never did.
The link was on the page, but I'll send it back to you again.
Okay.
I'm looking right now. June 15th is a Sunday?
It's a Sunday.
Okay, I'm there.
At 2 p.m.
I'm there. I'm there.
So, I mean, as I said, guys, it's really not just about supporting the book. It's supporting the movement of growth. Hashtag Poverty Six Figures is about growth. It's about how to grow you, what steps to take, and it elevates from just you learning what to do, but actually being in action. As I said in the very beginning, acquiring knowledge is not mastery. Mastery is applying that knowledge, putting it to action, and moving forward. We're not stepping back anymore. We're not watching our life pass us by. We're an active participant in a journey called success. That is what we're working on with hashtag Poverty to Six Figures.
Dude, Gina, she stay up here, Gina. She don't go down.
Hey, I can't help it. I'm always extremely excited. I mean, to me, guys, every opportunity to have a conversation with great people, with like-minded people, even when we're joking and having a good time, is an opportunity to fill your circle with more positivity. Positive. You stay up, you stay out, and you stay moving. That's what it's about.
Yes, sir. Gina used to when we used to see the reels that you did. Gina's like, she everywhere. She always moving. She always everywhere.
I'm always looking in the background to see if I can figure out where she's at.
Right.
You know what? A lot of those times I would be out of town. My granddaughter, she lived in Tennessee. So we were in Tennessee for some of those things. I was in Michigan. I was in Indiana. Okay. We were in Wisconsin. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm very disciplined. It's something I teach in my course about the 4 S's. My self-discipline, I tell you, my discipline game is high. When I say I'm doing something on a particular day and time, I am doing it on that day and time. Yeah. I hold myself accountable. As I said, you can have accountability partners. And Shayna said it today. I was listening to her video about where she was saying about having that you have to be accountable to yourself. I aligned with that. I totally aligned with that. And I'm always looking to, I promote everybody and things that they are doing. When you're doing something that brings positivity and brings success, is bringing positivity to another individual, I'm going to promote you. I'm going to say you're doing it. Guys, if you don't hear anything else I say, there's money for everyone.
Yeah.
You holding on to information. You're holding on to spaces. You close yourself off. If you're doing this, what are you doing? You're closing yourself off for everything else. So when your hands are open, you're opening up your heart. You're opening up yourself for what's next.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always open to help somebody. I'm always open to speak the truth. When I see someone constantly out there making moves, constantly out there talking positivity, I'm gonna tie them into something. Someone asks me about something that they're doing, I'm gonna include them. Because at the end of the day, that's how we all are successful. My blessings always come my way because I have a phrase I use to myself. I am blessed because I'm a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not blessed because of the things I have. Because no matter how much you have, you always in our minds will say we want more. The only more that I'm looking for right now is I look for the more of who I can help more. Who can I pour into? I have 25 years of operational knowledge that I had a very, very successful career. Right now, I can make a phone call and go right back to that career. I've had 2 successful businesses. I'm currently working on my 3rd business. Well, 4 businesses. I have my real estate business with my real estate business, I'm helping people. I have the coaching and mentorship program. And through that program, I have radio. I'm a radio host. I'm on 2 podcasts a month. And I'm currently I'm doing 2 events a year where I give away my workshops to organizations. If they have 10 people or more, and I give my whole workshop that I normally charge for, they get it free.
Wow.
But that's information. Mm-hmm. That's information that I have. I created a curriculum. I sent the curriculum to those centers, and I said, if this resonates with your message, please apply for I do it twice a year. I pick, and it's 4 weeks. So it's not just one day, 1 minute, 1 hour. As I told the young lady, when she said, can you get it into an hour and a half? I said, as adult learners, we don't learn that way. The longer someone is talking, the less you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, guys. As adults, how many seminars have you been to and you're in the seminar like you want the information that the person's giving, and you're like 40 minutes and you're like, oh my gosh, they don't have nothing else to do. You take a break. So I explained to her, I said, as adult learners, and it goes to the research I've done. I did the research on the different ways people learn. The visual learner, the kinesthetic learner, I mean, all of those different types of visual learner, how all those people learn. And what's the easiest way to get 10 people, 12 people, 20 people to get a message and keep it? Talk less, interact more. But these are things that I can teach other people.
Yeah.
And help them grow their businesses. Because how we grow is get the information I got, take it. You got information, give it. Next person got information, they give it. And you guys, I swear, we'll build the life that we're all saying that we want. We say we want to help each other. And I use the word say because we'll talk about it. I want action, guys. If you are in action and you have businesses that you're working on, things that you're trying to get done, I'm telling you right here, right now, I help with businesses with SOPs, understanding how to set up interviews, how to conduct interviews to get the right person for a role. I have hired thousands of people in my career, not 10 people, thousands of people in my career. I was an operations manager of facilities where there were 300 plus people that I had hired, fired, grew, and developed. So when I'm saying that I'm giving surefire ways for you to hire the correct person, but it goes with you having clarity. You're looking for somebody to give you a hand, I'm giving a hand. I offer a course for it as well, but I do have free tools. You can take the free tools, but guys, getting the tools from me for free, using them, it's totally different. You need help to get through it, I'm here to help.
That's free, man.
Like I said, I offer it.
Made me scrunch up like Ray Charles, man. That's free.
I mean, I will say this: it's not a lot, and business people who heard what I said, a lot of them are going to say that's a lead magnet. It's only a lead magnet if it leads to you buying a product. If you are looking to be successful, you need help. Get the help.
Hey, man,
it's about getting help.
As an ambassador.
This nigga celebrate his birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, little bro.
Thank you. Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Joining up on your head.
How y'all doing? I hear you over there, preacher.
Man.
I'm trying to help Mr. Lane. Try my best.
Hey, Chris, that's
sermon. Dr. Lane to you, Dr. Lane.
Dr. Lane, my apologies, sir.
That's that sermon without the plate being passed, man. So y'all
exactly.
Because we don't get that I go to church, okay? That plate coming at you, and then everybody gonna start looking at you if you don't put nothing in it.
Exactly. That's facts.
Quickly, describe your role as an ambassador.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was going there. So as an ambassador, hey, if you guys have not, I want to make sure you say here, if you have not heard about DAG, Distinguished Authors Guild, if you have a book and you wrote a book, it's an award-winning book. Because you put those words to paper and you're going to get information that's going to help you find success. And as an ambassador, we promote you. On my radio show, I promote DAG every single time I'm on the air. every time I'm on the air, as well as the other 9 people, ambassadors who are with me. We promote each other. We promote the books that you guys have coming out. And at the end of the day, if you have a message and a good message that is going to help other people find success, we're here to help. And as I said at the end of the day, when I was making mention about helping, and I will say this, I called Gina, as you heard in the very beginning of this, and asked questions about my book. So the cover of that book has, let me bring it up a little closer so you guys can see. This cover here and that cover there, she helped me pick out. So we were in the midst of creating this. When we were creating the cover, we were going through different variations. So it was a team effort. So I was like, how you like this? How you like that? We love this. We love that part. My wife picked these chains down here. So at the end of the day, together we made it happen. And that is what DAG is about. DAG is about pulling people together, not just getting your book an award. They're about helping you promote your book. I've been on several podcasts due to the fact of working with DAG. And what I know is that there's so much more to come, and we're only in February, and the award ceremony is in November. I have been on 2 different podcasts with awesome hosts. So this cover was helped by the DAG CEO.
Who's that?
So if I could make a phone call and ask the DAG CEO to give me some help, you can do the same. So get your award-winning book. Go to Distinguished Authors Guild Facebook page for now. For now. Go ahead go to the group and get the link, submit your book. You got a short period of time to get it in there because we're all winners, baby. Let's go.
Gina, you got your little plug in, all right? You happy?
Hey, look, Gina.
Every time.
Hey, Gina, you ain't even got to talk about it today.
Right?
Thank God.
Rachel was on point with everything, and she's still up here.
Staying up.
I can't have it any other way. But I would say this, for the Distinguished Authors Guild, there's a website coming, guys. I'm telling you, there's so many awesome things on the horizon. So you're getting in at the perfect time. Where on that website, your book is going to be there. Your profile is going to be there. So when you're promoting you have one-stop shop. Come on now. This is not just an award. This is a community of people working together. We got to go together, move together, and work together. And this is how you do it.
That is how you do it, Rachel, man. Always a pleasure, man. It's like I said, we stay up when we talk to you, man, for real, because it's good information that everybody's getting. Another master class. You. So tell everybody about not about the radio show, but what time they can listen to you on the radio.
So every Wednesday from 3 to 5 on My Radio Chicago. If you you can go to it's supportdistrictradio.com and you click the link and you can listen live. If you want to watch so you'll be watching while you're listening, you can go to Rachel L. Gary on YouTube or Facebook, and I will be live there from 3 to 5 p.m. dropping that wake up CEO moments, because you know where we are. If we are still sleeping on if we run our lives, it's time to now wake up, because I'm gonna have candid truths and talk about how you can be the CEO of your life.
What's
that again?
Supportdistrictradio.com. Where it is more than radio.
If you go to Rachel's page, I'm quite sure you got that link on there, right?
Yes, if you go to Rachel L. Gary, it doesn't matter what social media platform you go to, you click the link, the link tree, it'll take you down and you'll see the radio station. Click the link, boom, you're in.
Mm-hmm. Chris.
From 3 to 5 on Wednesday, every Wednesday.
Say something, bro. We getting ready to get out of here.
Oh man, I had to come in and check on my family. I was on the highway board, so I said, let me check in and see what they talking about. And look, and I come into the sermon. So, but yeah, no, man, I just y'all need to really listen to what Rachel's talking about, because you know what I'm saying. You can be the CEO of your life, the chairman of your life, the chairwoman of your life. So you really need to listen to what she's talking about and what she has for you. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, like Rachel just told you, I don't charge people for my information. I give it to you for free, but that don't mean you can do it the way I do it. You're gonna need my help regardless.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Rachel, you want to say something else?
I would say, at the end of the day, guys, get a circle of people. As you see around me right now, this is a circle of people who are looking to help each other. If your circle doesn't have people in it, this is nothing personal to people who have circle of friends who have been their good friends forever. I have a group of friends that I hang out with. I have a group of friends that grow with. I spend more time with the people who I'm growing with. Get into a circle of people who are above you. Each of them are already above where I am right now. So how do you move up? You need someone to look up to. If you're the smartest person in your room, start moving to a new room.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's good, right? I like that. Okay, Jenny.
Man, everything Rachel just said. Everything. Listen, people, you're out there. You want to grow your business. You want to start a business. You want to know how to run a business. You got the people. You got people right here to tap into. Tap into the people who already knocked down the barriers for you. They made it easy for you. Tap into them. Those are the ones you need. Rachel is a great mentor. She will take you, push you through the door if you need pushing. I'm telling you, follow everything she's doing. That's why she's the CEO of her own life. She don't work for a company. She works for herself. She
Absolutely.
got multiple streams of income. You need to tap in.
Absolutely.
Hey man, let me tell you this, man. There's a lot of people out there that are, and they truly believe this too. This is what gets me. Okay, I almost cursed, but I ain't gonna curse because I respect my sister. They're always saying you got to fake it to make it. All right. So you putting all of your efforts into putting this grandiose idea of who you are and what you are, and this is what I'm doing, and man, God has blessed me so much, and this is what's happening, this and that. And then we get to see what you're doing, and it ain't all that. It ain't all of that. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? How do you get? That's the quickest way to defeat yourself. Okay, speaking truth, everybody. Come on, if it's not up there, Rachel just said we're above her. I don't think we are. Okay, I think we're all equal. But regardless, that's how she feels. If you feel that you still need coaching, you still need mentoring, you still need to learn more, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm not there yet. I don't know everything. I say it all the time. I know where I'm at, but I say it all the time. I don't like accolade. I don't need to get the pat on the back, all right? I'm continuously, even at the age that I'm at now, even at the position I am now, I'm continuously growing, all right? Thanks to these people that I surround myself with, my circle, these people here, my circle, my sister. You know, these two people on the bottom, I'm going to tell you this, all right? Lost touch with them, all right? Lost touch with them. Came back. It's even better, man. It's even better because now we all got something up here we can share. You know, it's ridiculous. Yep. Lady right here, man. We met in a post office. You know, went to the same school, but a post office. She mailing, and I'm thinking she kind of, you know, I don't want to say the word. I'm thinking she crazy. Okay, she got these little toys and this and that. She got these little toys and everything on the counter and everything. Get ready to mail it off. All I wanted to do was get a money order. Okay. And she doing all of this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking outside for the yellow bus, all right, but it ain't out there, all right. So I say all of this to say, man, look, regardless of what you're doing, be intentional. That was the word of the day. Be intentional with what you're doing, all right, and make sure that you seek people out to help. Now, everybody that you come up with is not going to ride that with you. They're not going to be there at the end, all right. And
absolutely,
that's okay. Everybody,
that's fine.
Go ahead, Chris.
Everybody can't go with you.
I was just gonna say, everybody you grew up with is not everybody you can glow up with.
No,
absolutely not. I love that phrase, Chris. Love that one. Can I glow up with?
It's crazy
you
out
can't
there,
glow
man.
up with everybody.
But at the end of the day, man, we look. Rachel said it best. It's money for everybody out there. It's money for everybody.
It is.
You got to know how to get to it. All right. You gotta know how to get to it. And the only way that you can, and number one, in my opinion, is to listen. All right, listen to other people that are doing things that are out there, the examples that are already out there. Everything that they're doing may not be for you, but take a bit from here, take a bit from her. I'm pointing at the screen. I'm sorry. Take a bit from her. Take a bit from her. Take a bit from him. Take a bit from myself, and put it together and make a career for yourself. Make something for yourself. Quit working for people, man. It's done. Work for yourself.
Ooh, the freedom is, it feels so good.
Be the CEO of your life. Rachel, you coming back. You coming back.
I said this.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love you guys. I can hang out with you guys anytime. So as I said, we can have like 10 minutes. We can have 10-minute tip on Thursdays. So let's do a 10-minute tip.
It's getting ready to happen. Thursdays. I told y'all before, man. Thursdays, she gonna come on here, man. And if the 10 minutes turn into
an hour, we with it.
It is what it is.
Yeah, right?
Chris, don't help him.
As long as we're getting fed. As long as we get fed.
Look, it's all about getting the message and getting the message out to the masses.
Yeah,
so we give everybody that opportunity to talk and get it out of them. You know what I'm saying?
And we all can eat at the same table. All we gotta do is keep putting that extra leaf in the table. You know, we did a long time.
Absolutely.
Family come through.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
And you got read this book. It's a book called Stone Soup. It's a 5-minute read. It's a kid's book by Marcia Brown. I read it in first grade. The book really tells you about how a group of people come together. I read it in first grade. The book was, I think it was like 1957. It's a 5-minute read. I promise you, you'll learn something from it.
Wow.
I know exactly the book. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Rachel, always, man, always a pleasure, okay? Supportdistrictradio.com, man. Y'all go to that. And check Rachel out on Wednesdays from 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yeah, 3 to 5 p.m.
And man, I'm telling you,
it's exuberating too.
That's the kind of information.
She like that for 2 hours.
Yeah, she like that.
And you gotta do it like this. You gotta do it like this since we global. It's 3 to 5 Central Time.
Yep, I put it on there Central Time because there's so many. And when you are inductees, you have to make sure you say that because when you're a global platform, say it again, Chris. When you're a global platform, you're no longer local, you're global.
That's
right. And that's what I'm talking about. There it is. I am talking to the Black Radio inductees. And I just had my second episode on the radio. So I just became a radio personality, and I'm talking to inductees right now. So that's what I'm talking about your circle. And when I call Greg on the phone and ask questions, you're asking questions about how to be the best you, how to learn, how to grow, how to develop. That's why you want your circle to be bigger than you.
That's right.
Exactly.
Keep getting fed, y'all, and you know, once you get fed, hold that in your belly for a little while. All right, you can let it out later.
Right.
Let it out. When you let it out to people that they the same mindset. All right, we got to do it, man. We can create the new Black Wall Street. All right, we can do that. That's easy.
Well, let me say this real quick before we leave. What people don't know about Black Wall Street is this: when they burnt down Black Wall Street in 1921, they rebuilt Black Wall Street again in 1925. That land that was up for all the way up until 1958, when the land was actually taken from them, and now they have a highway going through.
Eminent domain.
Yeah, because a lot of people only when people say Black Wall Street, they just think about when it got burned down in 1921, not knowing that we secretly built it back up and had it back up and running by 1925.
When I say Black Wall Street, I'm talking about us building a community of
almost definitely
people, forward-thinking people, upperly mobile people that are doing things and building things and creating an avenue for others to come through and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. But we gonna create another Black Wall Street.
The power is already in you. You already have a piece of knowledge to get you there. Start working with another individual and work together. There's no pulling each other down. The crabs in the bucket theory has to stop. Pull the bucket out, get out the bucket, and let's all run.
Let's go. I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. I'm gonna leave it at that, Rachel. Anytime,
all right, now.
you already know. Anytime, Rachel.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. That's our blessing right there. Okay. Don't let me see you live, man. We're gonna see you guys Monday. Okay. You'll see Rachel this Thursday, the next Thursday. Okay. Rachel, we're gonna talk. We're gonna get that done. Cool. All right. Man, look, Tony Terry got something to say.
Yo, this is Tony Terry, and you're watching Dope Living TV.
That's what you gotta say, right? And you keep watching it, all right? You're gonna see a lot of that stuff. But right now, let's give it up for Miss Rachel Gary. Okay, this is Dope Living TV Live, man. We'll see you guys Monday. Peace.